Darren, seems like I talk to you more than the missus.
Your missus?
Yeah. You only talked last Thursday, but we said we'd catch up every week.
Yes.
I've only had one game since then. Ballatown, what's your thoughts on the game?
I thought it was poor. I thought in terms of where we've been at pre-season, I thought it was a bit of a step back. To be honest, I think a lot of factors played in that. There was a lot of trialists in there. There was a lot of, because again, the disappointing side of it, what pre-season can bring, is with quite a few injuries. So we're playing players out of position, and as I say, a lot of injuries, holidays and things like that, which happens this time of year. So yeah, just disappointing that you look at the games previous to that. There's a lot of positives to take out of that. Most notably being the fitness of the players and everything. Results we don't focus and look at too much. Yes, it's nice to win. We know that. But you look at the quality of the opposition. All the teams we played were 2-3 weeks ahead of us, and you look at Accrington Stanley. They brought a full side. They're 5 leagues above. But again, we done very well. So yeah, pleasing in many aspects and disappointing in a few.
Yeah. So tonight, training tonight.
Yeah.
Low on numbers. Should have been playing Ossett United away tonight.
Yeah.
How come that's off?
Injuries. We've only 1 or 2 now in holidays, but the big thing is injuries, and we just wouldn't have been able to field a squad. And the other side of that, with a few trialists in, and it's we've made decisions on, and I'm not one, because it's not fair in the trialists to string them along and just keep them for the sake of it. After the Ballatown game, there was 4 that we'd let know that we wouldn't be taking any further. Because again, I'm not just going to use them for the sake of it. The thing about it was we'd picked up a few injuries the previous week, players who couldn't play, and even in the game we picked up a couple of injuries. So much so that we're low in numbers tonight, and tonight they'll be a quite low intensity session, which I think pre-season is unheard of. But we don't want to risk any more injuries.
Yeah, so the injuries, there's nothing really serious, but you just don't want to run the risk of.
That's it. That's it in a nutshell. They're nothing serious. With Yanni still to come back from holidays, and as I say, the injuries. You're looking, if we go through, you've Kyle Harrison, back injury. It's sort of been playing him up from pre-season really. You've Jordan Figbolis, similar thing. You've Matty Hughes, hamstring. You've Ross Daly, hamstring. You've Yanni Holiday, you've Luke Porritt, knocked to the ankle. Who else have we got? Pratty's just coming back. So as I say, you've players there that are probably only a couple of days off, with 1 or 2 maybe that little bit long term.
Yeah. So this Saturday, Bangortown at home. Looking forward to the game.
Can't wait. Can't wait. As I say, we'll take the positives out of the games, especially pre-season. Yes, Bala I thought was quite poor overall. We just looked flat, as well as I think at times when trialists come in, you want to see them do well, and you'd sort of high hopes for them. It didn't work out that way, so there's disappointments in that factor. But to give Bala credit, they're a good side. They're full time. I think it was only last week they were playing in the Europa League, and again they're 2-3 weeks ahead of us. But you know what? It's pre-season. It's about getting the players right and ready. And again, I've no doubt when it comes to the 18th of August, we'll be ready. Yeah.
And some people don't know how it works with trialists. Bringing them in and what have you. Why they're asking why you don't name trialists in the team sheet, which not many teams do they?
Do you know what? I don't mind trialists being named personally. I think it can be a factor when people see trialists and the things like that, and they say they're not connected. They think that they're worried about clubs trying to snap them up or whatever. But from our point of view, I believe in the product that we do, the environment that we set, that if any player comes in terms of we're training and how well we do things, I don't think they'll get better about. So I don't have that fear of players going to other clubs or anything like that, and any clubs in this league or maybe even the league above, because as I say, I think what we do is very good, very professional, very organised, and as I say, players, when they come in and they're offered something, they take it. I don't think there's ever been a stage where we have, we've offered a player something they hasn't accepted. As I say, I think we do things right. Everything's modern. We work very hard behind the scenes to make everything right, and players buy into that.
Yeah. So a few weeks into pre-season, still got what, just under 3 weeks to go. People ask about set pieces, and you don't do set pieces this time of pre-season, do you? For obvious reasons.
Yeah. Set pieces for or against?
Forehand, I guess.
Right.
So it's purely a case that you haven't got your starting 11 out there, or your main squad into.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you know, you look at, for example, Yanni Lipka. Isn't here, he's on holidays. Yanni would be, you know, you look at assists last season from set pieces, corners, free kick. I think he was responsible for 28 goals from assists. So you have Yanni who's not here on holidays, and it's a big factor of what we do. As I say, we do everything proper and professional, and a lot of that is how we do our shape, how we do our set pieces and things, and to be honest, it's stuff that we'll actually be starting to touch upon this week.
Yeah, I was just going to say, what's the plan for the next 2 to 3 weeks in pre-season?
Yeah, again, as I say, you know, tonight's pretty low key because of numbers and fear of other injuries and that. And then with Thursday we'll look at getting into a sort of 11v11 in training, in terms of, you know, we're going to play our reserves as well, and that'll give us the opportunity to stop, start, go through set pieces, go through aspects of our play, and then, you know, over the next sort of 2 weeks we take it up a notch. We work in, you know, unit play aspects of our play in general, set pieces for and against, and again, you know what, very similar to what we did last season. You know, we have a portfolio of sessions that we've done last season, and we're singing off the same hymn sheet and that. And as I say, the second last week and the last week we go Hyde down, more so heavier on obviously all aspects of our play.
Right, so I know you don't normally do predictions, but I'd like to think that we can keep this team, this squad you've got together, a couple more additions perhaps, and keep them fit. Where would you like to be next year?
You know, I don't want to get. I just want to focus on each game. The belief that I have in the squad, as I say, when we've got them all out and fit, you know, we can beat anyone. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But I don't want to get cocksure or ahead of myself. I think we'll have a good season because of the, you know, the players that we have. And as I say, and I'll reiterate the point, when we have a full team out, we're a match for anyone, which proved last season, you know, through the league and through the FA Cup and various different cups. So it's about just focusing on not getting too ahead of ourselves, focusing on each game. The first game being that, you know, focused on is Basford, where they're going to be a very good side. You know, they've come up, they've absolutely romped the South Division last season. They'll come here. I hope it's a great game, and I hope we get the 3 points. Yeah.
Now looking around tonight, you got the Hyde junior teams on training.
Yeah.
3G surface is superb. Some people have been asking the academy. What's your thoughts on the academy? Because you help out the academy, don't you?
But I'm personally big into it. You look at some of our players, like a Pete Boyle, Big Camsock, who have come through, been absolutely brilliant. With a lot of the young lads, your Louis Haydock, your Marcus Haydock, Sam Summerbees, and players like that who are in the academy, who train with the first team, who've been absolutely fantastic. But do you know what? To see all this here tonight has been an absolute breath of fresh air. It's been like this for a couple of weeks, to be fair, where you're seeing the younger age groups. And again, you know, I look at it, you know, it's about the bottom to the top, because I know of clubs where, you know, the academy and the first team and that are almost separate. For me, it's big that they all come together, because it works well. You see them training now, we'll be on training after, and the good thing is, you know, you see the players going over and chatting to the little boys and things like that, and, you know, chatting to the managers and things, you know, because it's important, and it's about, you know, building a club from bottom to top to be successful. Trying to get a couple of these lads, you know, you look at it in a couple of years' time or whatever, we can get them into the first team. That'll be so much satisfaction and joy to see.
Yeah. Now, didn't have a game midweek next week. You slotted one in next Tuesday.
Yeah. Dave Wilde very kindly, because I get in touch with him today, because obviously with the game we're having to cancel tonight, we aim to get the players in around 500 minutes. In terms of game time pre-season, obviously the game tonight we've had to cancel through, you know, as we say, injuries and that. But great goal, by the way. Looking at next week, so I'll get in touch with Dave Wilde in terms of next week, because most of all leagues start back on Saturday. So really the league below, where we were in last season, you get to know, you build relationships with managers and that. So we'll get in touch with Dave Wilde to see if it's a fixture, looking for a fixture next Tuesday at their place, and they very kindly, they're going to have us over there at Mosley. Yeah, super. The odds are out. League winners put Hyde at 16 to 1. I thought they were 12.
No, he's gone up to 16s.
Oh, 16.
Must be after the Bala game.
Hey?
Must be after the Bala game. But 16 to 1, think that's fair?
To be honest, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, we can't even bet on them.
No.
But I'm not a betting man anyway. You know, at the end of the day, that's why odds are there. They're there to be challenged. You know, you look at the favourites. I think it's South Shields is a favourite.
South Shields, yeah.
Which, you know, they were superb last season, and you can see I don't pay too much heat. That's why the betting's there. It's, you know, for people to go and upset the odds, and people could, you know, it's fun and banter, but I don't pay attention to it at all.
And talking about odds, what's the odds of you buying Toki's takeaway on Thursday as promised?
Very good, to be fair. You very kindly took me over today to get my MOT done in my car and bring me back, so so I think it's the least I could do.
Best of luck on
we need to be just mindful. You are putting on a bit of timber, so I just don't want the wife to be coming after me.
Well, best of luck for Saturday. Hope it's a good game and everybody comes down and supports us. Cheers, Darren.
Man, thanks, Dazzler.